Hey guys, just a quick little, just brief little update on what's happening. So today was my last day working at Morgan Sound. It's been 7 years. It was educational and informative and interesting. I'll put it that way. So now I have nothing left to do but try to save the world, right? Do the thing I'm trying to do. So here we are. I guess the piece of news to share, right, is that when I went to the neurology specialist, neurosurgeon I think is what they called her, but it's a neurology specialist, right? She began her kind of presentation with it's not well understood, and I'm like, yes, I agree that everything in neurology is not well understood. That's where all the responses start. That's where all the research is. It always begins with not well understood, right? And then she starts to quote from an abstract that I've read, that we're all reading the same abstracts from Sweden, I think, in like 1992. And she goes, well, we usually treat it as a behavioral health issue, right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's because it was translated from Swedish, which basically says it's a condition of the motor cortex, right? So it says it's a brain health issue, and it got translated into English as saying a mental health issue. Brain, mental, not the same. Semantics are a little different. And then I challenged her and I said, okay, as much as I agreed that I can probably use some behavioral health, right, some depression relief and dealing with the intractable grief that's been unmanaged for a long time, I can absolutely benefit probably from some of that. Don't give me any pills or anything. I'm not going to do that. So, but I said, I challenged her. I said, hey, so explain to me the mechanism by which grief over my mom's recent passing woke me up in the middle of the night out of a dead sleep with terrible nerve pain right at the trigeminal nerve where it meets the mandible right here, right, and then caused the symptoms of a seizure. Tell me how that happens. And she kind of goes, yeah, okay, let's do some imaging. I'm like, you think, right? So we're doing that, but in the interim, I thought, geez, if she's going to start there in the same place I am, and it's not that far ahead, and she's quickly just wanting to kind of get rid of me and say, yeah. So I called, I figured the best chance I had is University of Washington Neurology, because they have a research clinic, right? But they don't let anybody in. They only take very special cases and by referral. So I started with my doctor. I said, can you get me a referral? She said, yes. So she did write the referral, fax it over. But I called straight to the front door, straight in. And they took me anyway. And not only did they take me, they put me into 4 different disciplines, including epilepsy, right? So, and the scheduling has already started. So, right, I'm going to get able to take advantage of all their imaging in every possible way at UW as a study, right? And so this will mean that the insurance is all covered. Plus, my insurance, I can keep going with my doctors with whatever's necessary. But this is a miracle in itself. Nobody gets in, and they put me into all 4 disciplines just like that. So I got in like 4 times all at once. It's wild. And again, including epilepsy, which I know it's not, but that will give us a look at some of the systems that they're not looking at, right? Because there's an interplay between these systems that I think, is not well understood, right? But from my perspective, I do think we have a good candidate in, demyelinization, right? It's basically a delamination process of the myelin sheath that covers and protects the nerve bundles. My premise is that it probably got stripped real bad when I took a bunch of gabapentin, Neurontin, which is a nerve blocking agent, about 10 years ago, right before and right after back surgery. They did a lumbar laminectomy at L5-S1 to repair a synovial cyst, which was impinging on a ganglion nerve root, so had to be done. So anyway, that's the name of that tune. That's what we're doing. I was scheduled to the end of the month, and we just decided, I just give them all the stuff that they needed, hand over the keys. Today, it's Friday, it's just an easier way to go, I think, and I can start on my stuff next week. So I'm meeting with admin next week to get some help to do all the stuff I need to do to continue the process of setting things up to go on the Bus King tour this summer. And if you're not familiar with that yet, I'll tell you more about it later. This is a quick update to let you know that I'm here and I'm going on this thing, and we're going to save the world, right? We're not going to solve all the problems, right? And what we're going to do is just save the world, save people from each other, right? The world has already been judged and found wanting. And, Dad's in charge of that. And that happens when it happens. And I think that's pretty close. But in the interim, right, what we could do is get people to stop being afraid of and angry at each other and just shake hands, right? So they can just shake hands with each other, the basic premise, look into each other's eye, have about an hour long actual, real, honest, inquisitional, non-confrontational, non-adversarial meeting, right, to really get to know the other person. Right, then I think that that's what stands a chance, right? So I can put the, exactly, do some grounding for sure. Dornoch and Chalag at Trinagra, right? The handshake, right? To say the basic commonality of all relationships, right, is the basic foundation of all relationships is commonality, whatever we have in common, right? And so we're going to go to the most bottom thing, that we're human, right? And if you're not human, we don't get to play. So anyway, thanks for playing. Nice parting gift. I gotta keep going, keep moving on. It's an okay day neurologically. I guess it's not. I haven't had any major seizures. I can't. I have neuropathy in the hands and feet, so I can't really feel them. That's disgusting. So it makes it really dangerous for me to move around. But got all my stuff out of the office. That's finished. Two last things that are kind of hanging chads, but other than that, pretty well done. Got to go over to storage, drop everything off in storage and rearrange it, and then start getting ready to go on this tour, right? So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you got questions, let me know. I will probably do an AMA at some point to answer questions about what this is all about and how you can help if you want to. But soon enough, right, the web address will be shakinghands.net. We'll start there. We'll populate that, get it going, and then we'll see about getting an app going to be able to do kind of an interlocutor thing where we can match the need with the people who can meet the need. So that's kind of the second hour buy-in. The first hour buy-in is just shake hands. The second hour is to do an act of service, right, for somebody who can't repay you in any way. And there's always more. If you want more, there's always more. But again, my premise isn't to save all the problems, just solve all the problems of the world, right? But just simply move it the meter, to dial one more over, one the other way, get everybody on the other side of the boat, so it's not going to tip over, right, and capsize. And then we'll be done. I mean, that's really what needs to happen, is just to relieve some of the angst, and because we live in the ether, right? And so it's got a vibration going, and that vibration's going a very bad way. And if we can ring the bell the other way, right, which is positivity and friendship and love, right? Well, then that's going to fuck them up for a little while with their terrible plans for us, right? So let's fuck them up with love, right? Take love and have love overwhelm fear, right? Seems like a pretty good idea. Okay, kids, I'm gonna go, and I see it won't let me do that. Well, fair enough then. Well, here we go. Hey, good to see you guys. Look into IntraCare device. Okay, frequency, Brian Hattery, he's got like a Rife, Royal Rife machine. So he's been playing around with it for a while. I want to get into some of that. But I also want to play around with, when I go to University of Washington, ask them, what cycles their machines are set on, so I can get a better idea of how the frequency rate, right, of those toroidal magnets, what are they doing to me, right? But also what happens, because I think it's going to be an interesting discovery. Oh, and also, again, just a quick update on the teeth. My next visit with periodontist, I had one 2 days ago, and then I'll go back for about 4 months as the surgery heals, right, before I can get the implants. So it's just an ongoing process. None of it's very fun. Anyway, love you. Hey, Gillette, good to see you. Outstanding. Well, again, Brian Hattery has one, and we're in touch, and we're going to probably get together next week. So we'll see what happens. Thanks very much, guys. Much love, and we'll continue doing this thing pretty soon. Anyway, love you guys. We'll give you more updates this weekend.